back on the trail. A friend is here doing a portrait of me, which we're gonna do in Lion's Head. And then I'm gonna head on up to the cabin. Beautiful day, 80 degrees, 65 tonight. Perfect weather. I'm on the Lion's Head Trail here from Bunker Hill Road, so I can get to the event quicker, less miles. All right, there's Lion's Head. That is the AT junction right there. Up here on Lion's Head, that's Salisbury down there, Twin Lakes.
That's awesome.
This is Kodak, and he's going to be doing a portrait of me, and he threw hiked last year. All right. So Kodak and our other Ridgerunner Vince are headed back down to the parking lot. Or rather, Vince is going to keep doing his trek, and I am heading north to take his spot in the cabin. But we got a lot of really cool pictures with Kodak's camera. Okay, never get tired of this view. So that's Bear. That's the highest peak in Connecticut. Yeah, so this is Riga campsites. The shelter's up on the hill, on a ledge, with the best sunrise in Connecticut. That shelter is going to be demolished and replaced as well, starting on September 3rd. So I might be up here that weekend too to watch while I'm doing my Ridgerunner stuff. There's a group site up here called Ballbrook, which Vince said there's one through hiker staying. And then there's Brassy Brook, which is the one they started dismantling last week. So I'm really excited to see that. Even though I'm not watching the action, I can quickly check it out, see what it looks like. Oh, more woodpecker feathers. Gotta get it. But I'm gonna check all those campsites tomorrow, since people will be staying there tonight, and Vince just checked them. Okay, so that's the Ballbrook group site. Like I said, I'll check it tomorrow. It was just checked about 1 hour ago. This is Ballbrook. This is the water source for that other campsite. With this heat wave, everything's been super dry. All the little small streams are totally dried up. This is usually much bigger. Yeah, so we're just up on the ridge here. The whole Riga Plateau, the Taconic Plateau, goes all the way to Jug End in Sheffield, Massachusetts. So, just walking running the ridges. That's what I do. Okay, just figured out this is Twin Lakes that we saw from Lion's Head. Just on this little outcropping side trail headed to Brassy. So I love these hobble bush. I love how they turn this copper color in the fall. It's not quite fall yet, but we're getting there. I just love them next to the mountain laurels. Okay, here we go. This is Brassy Brook. So they said they took the roof down, and I guess the sides are next, but I'm really excited to see this, although it's also a little sad. I never slept in this shelter, in the old one. I was just more of a tent guy when I started, and now I'm willing to sleep in shelters, but looks like I missed the boat on the original Brassy one here. Wow. I guess they said they did find a lot of damage from bugs and stuff. Wow. So interesting. Wild. Gotta get these patches dirty. Wow, it is really rare that I see Brassy Brook this quiet. I mean, the main one is up here, but still. Usually this is rushing. Crazy. It's moving a little bit. Definitely can fill up water there. But look at this. So slow. But it's one of my favorite spots. One of my first pictures when I was volunteering as a patroller before I got the Ridgerunner gig was here, and I was hitchhiking at the junction. Let's see. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? All right. Okay, so that's the trail up to the mountain, and this is the old Bear Mountain Road. One time I went here when it was pouring, and I had to get to the tent, the caretaker tent at Sage's Ravine that had blown down the hill and was flooded. And so I went around this way, and the whole trail, there were parts up here where it's wider, where it was like 6 inches of water. So everything got wet that day. I just had to accept that and take that as a loss, and dried everything out when I got there. But that was a mess. I'm trying to remember if I made a video about that. Probably. Going through the tunnels of Laurel. AMC Northwest Camp. And these are the bunks up here. And this is all the addition here. This is wicked. This is so cool. And then this was the original cabin right here, this square. And then there's the stove. Yes! So this is awesome. I'm gonna stay in this bunk here. I don't really feel like climbing.
For a box to put it in, and what do they give you?
Styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
where do you put that styrofoam? Do you know?
Times or more, or strong winds that blow away, seven seas that run high, all those things that don't change, come what may. I don't know why.
That'll work.
You know.
All right, there's the cabin. Had a great time. Just said goodbye to everyone. Had some zucchini bread and some cafe base. And I'm heading to the AT to go straight up Bear Mountain. I've probably got a bunch of videos of me climbing that thing, but I'll take one more. Maybe I'll get a shot from above. We just saw a really cool hawk up in the tree. I think he was maybe a Cooper's. So we got the binoculars out and that was nice. Anyway, this is about a 400 or 500 foot climb up ledges, scrambling, but it's an amazing view up there. So I'll sit up there for a little bit, taking the view, and then it's about 4 miles from there to where my car is, and 3 campsites to check on the way. But it's nice and cool. It's about 60, 65. So I definitely prefer to go up a steep hill that way, not in the blazing sun. Okay, this is the first part. Phones never capture how steep. But it just goes straight up like this, with some more hand over hand stuff farther up. This is the next steep part. You can see it goes up there, and then the real scrambling begins. All right, came up those stairs. Now we head up that. All right, so you can see that's just a slide, and it keeps scrambling up there. I'm gonna go around this way. Okay, so if you can see that peak at the end of the ridgeline there, behind me to my left, that's Lion's Head, and that's where I'm heading today, down the Lion's Head Trail to Bunker Hill. So I just got to give another Leave No Trace talk. 2 guys had hiking up there, hadn't been up here in a while, and they asked what I did, so I was nice and fresh from last night's Leave No Trace workshop, and taught them about the 7 principles, and so that's kind of cool, and a little bit more about what we do up here. So compared to the last time I was out here, much more pleasant and the experience I expected. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now you can see that's Lion's Head. That's where I'm going. So I follow this whole ridge line, the Riga Plateau up here, up over Bear, and then I park down there in a Bunker Hill lot. It's about 0.8 down from that summit. But we got to take those really awesome pictures there yesterday. But I just love seeing the trail laid out in front of me. We were just talking about this yesterday. We're at the intersection of the Bear Mountain Road and the trail. And this section, Bear Mountain Road, has tons of sassafras trees. But also, look at this. There's more sassafras. American chestnut, people. American chestnut. Yeah, lots more of the sassafras here. These are like I call them like a baseball mitt. We had a presenter, a master wildlife conservationist, come and do a whole presentation on bears and how they're misunderstood, and so much detail and facts that I didn't know, and it was really cool. So she had her laptop and we had a little projector screen and had like an hour-and-a-half talk and presentation after our barbecue about bears. But I'll do the meteor shower next year because I got to come up for the first night, it sounds like. But everything else about that visit was incredible. The night before, they had an old growth specialist do a walk, and they did a bird walk. Really cool what they're doing up there at the Northwest Camp. I highly recommend it. If you're interested and you want to know more, post a comment below and I'll get in touch and give you the info you need. There is no signal there, pretty much. There is no electricity or running water, but you're near a road, so it's easy to carry in stuff. And, if you wanted to bring like a little generator, I suppose you could. What a great experience and a beautiful day to hike out. All right, so I'm gonna check these 3 campsites. We're almost at Riga Junction. So I'm gonna check Brassy again, then I'm gonna check Ballbrook, then I'm gonna check Riga, and then probably take a break at Lion's Head before I head down to the car. Okay, I'm here at Ballbrook group sites. Actually some nice views here. I always forget that. In the winter, especially down there's a spot. But there's somebody tenting here. So they're in their tent. I don't want to disturb them. Very cool. We're gonna go check the bear box and get out of this guy's way. That's the Privy Trail. The water trail is the other one. All right, someone come up here with a bag. Okay, so yeah, he's the guy that's staying here. He's a thru hiker, and he was commenting on how I asked him what he thought of Connecticut, and he said the trail down to Limestone Spring was pretty much the steepest he's seen in a while. I said, don't worry, we're rerouting it. I agree. But that's the original AT from way back, so that explains that. Okay, so Ballbrook and Brassy Brook are checked. Next stop is Riga. Gonna have a snack there, and then I'll do my final stretch. Okay, we're back here at Riga. Yeah, I heard this creek is dry, which is not great. Only when it's really full do people camp down here. Yeah, this shelter's getting demolished starting September 3rd. So I hope to be up here and see some of that. This was the best sunrise in Connecticut, and I'll show you why in a minute. Yeah, this is the group site. We have a no fires, only stoves here. Many times I found a fire right there, and once I found that sign in it, because people are hilarious. Okay, we're gonna go around the long way and come back in front of the shelter. I've stayed on that platform before. Shelter's up there, overlooking the cliff. I was gonna check out these individual sites. Here's the wash pit. This was our group site, but now it's a revegetation area. Actually, I had to break up a fight once between some hikers about whether that was a group site or not. But now it's a re-veg area, so problem solved. Yeah, this is why people. I'm gonna have a snack here. All right, goodbye for me for Riga Shelter. Although I might be here on September 3rd, as I was saying, to watch it be dismantled. But I never stayed in this one. I almost did one time. It's not really kosher to use the shelter space when the hikers need them. We have tents and hammocks. I really like this. People ask me all the time. I talk about the fire stuff all the time, so. In case you're wondering, the answer is porcupines. They like the salt, and on the edge of the shelters where you sit and sweat. So they chew on it, so you'll hear them chewing. That's from porcupines. It's got chicken wire now. But preview looks good. My buddy was just in here yesterday. It doesn't smell good though. So just checking the bear box and then heading back out to the trail. and then pop down Lion's Head, which you guys have seen, so I probably won't show it again unless there's something really interesting going on. I want to enjoy the view this time. I always conveniently forget about the climb back up Lion's Head from this direction. It's not too bad, lots of like rock slab. So I'm gonna put the phone away. It's only about 100 feet up or so. But yeah. Okay, back at Lion's Head. Gonna hang here for a few minutes and then head down. Okay, just about to finish up my hike here. All Trails decided to log me out and crap out on top of Lion's Head. So I don't know if it saved any of my hikes. I started a new one up there, but if it only gets this, then I'm missing 11 miles. However, since I have the Garmin tracking, I can export those GPX files and bring them into All Trails. So that's nice, because I was freaking out. I like having my tracks, especially when it's 12 hard miles. I don't want it to be erased. All right, so I'm gonna get back to the car and we'll figure that out later. Thanks for following along.